All right, y'all, got a few questions. People have reached out, messaged me, asking me specific questions about arrows, shafts, sizes, weights, different things like that. So I thought it'd just be a lot easier to make a video. Told them I'd just put a video out, that way I could explain it to everybody. So that way, if anyone else has the same question, and you know what they always say, if one person asks a question, there's 20 others that have the same question. They're just not asking it. So I just thought it'd be easier to put a video out to answer the question. And that way, if people search it, they'll see it on the page. And that way, if they have that question, it's already answered. So that way they don't have to reach out. And you guys are welcome to reach out as well. Just makes it easier for you guys, easier for me as well. So I made a post about flu arrows that we had put out. A buddy of mine was shooting. I actually posted the video of him killing a pheasant with that. Very cool video. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go check it out. It's on our Instagram, it's on Facebook, and it's also on our YouTube. So I encourage you to go check that out. Well, I posted on there saying that we don't only sell a dozen of shafts, half dozen, but we also sell individuals. So what that means is if you want, let me grab these arrows for instance. I've got a dozen laid out right here. If you want just one, say you've ordered from us in the past, and you broke one during hunting season, or you broke three during hunting season, and you'd like to replace those three, and I'll do it. I'll make 3 arrows for you, and I'll sell them to you. Now, here's the questions that I had asked, and that people had asked me, and this is what I want to clarify as well. So when I say we will sell 1 arrow, we'll sell you 3 arrows, I'll sell you 30. I like to obviously keep them in a dozen or half dozen, sell them in 6s or 12s, because it keeps the quantity that I order and my stock, it keeps it more informed. But my goal with starting this company wasn't to make life easy for me. It was to make life easy for y'all. So, and I truly mean that. I'm not here to make my life easy. Obviously, I'm adding more work to my plate already. But my whole goal in starting this company was to appease to the customers. I know in times past, I didn't always want to have to order a dozen of arrows or a half dozen of arrows. Because if I just ordered a dozen of arrows the previous hunting season and I only broke 2, I want to be able to order 2 that shoot just like the ones that I had ordered. So let's get into that just for a moment. It'd be better for me to grab them rather than turn the camera around. But I just went through just the other day and I did some 350s. So this is definitely not the whole stock. I've got several of these over here, but I marked on all of them, got them rubber banded right now. Haven't got them put up yet, but I put them all, I measure them out. I go through, I measure every shaft out. They're all the same. They all start out at 32 inches before we cut them. I measure them all out, put them on the scale within 1 to 2 grains a piece. I wrap them up, put them away. Grab another set, same way. If these are a little bit lighter. Maybe they were, say if those were 245s, these are 243s, all right? Or 244s, or no, sorry, go back the other way. I keep it within 1 to 2 grains of each one. So if those were 244s, they could be 245s or, around in there. So I try to keep them within that. These ones are 243s to be exact. So I'd have to look to see what exactly those are, but I do keep them all specific. Let me see what else I got here. Got a smaller group here. These are 240s. Because this is what happens from the manufacturer. Not every arrow is the exact same. Even though they're all 350s or whatever they are, it doesn't matter. They don't all come the same. It's a manufacturer error is what it is. So what do? Of course, we weigh out each ones. We put them specifically between 1 to 2 grains, give or take, plus or minus. We put them all in the same batch. Goes a little further. We've got more here. These are completely different. These are 235s, all right? So they're all together, all the same. I keep them all the same, all 32 inches, all the same. Goes even further. We go into the 300s, do the same thing here. Get them marked out. These ones are, I believe I just wrote them down. These are 270s. Do the same thing, and I'll go through every 300 I've got. I've not been able to get through all of those just yet. Just started right here. I did the same thing with these, kept the plastic around these, pulled the ones out that weren't the same. That way I don't have to use up all my arrows. And these are 500 grain shafts. So, you know what I mean? We do all the same way. These are 5mm, 500 grain shafts. They all weigh identically the same. I did the same, again, haven't gone through all of them, but I do the same things. These are our 4mm shafts, 400 spine. Same thing. These two are the exact same weight. All the others have yet to be gone through. So I've only got 2 in that stack. I don't have to go through and show you every one, but I'm going to. Did the same thing here. Took every one of these out. I measured them. Again, all 32 inches, all weigh within 1 to 2 grains, plus or minus. These are our 5mm shafts, 300 grain. So, we go through all of them. But it goes even further. So I'm going to answer one of the questions one person asked. So if I can buy one arrow, okay, say I bought a dozen and I broke one and I want to replace it with one, how do I know that it's going to shoot the same as the 12 I bought last year? So I'm glad you asked. If you look back on this board behind me, I just made this new board for this week. These are the arrows that I've built this week. So what I did was this. I had one person order half a dozen, another person ordered a dozen, another person ordered 2 dozen, and some 3 other guys that I built 4 arrows a piece for. Okay, that's not a half dozen or a dozen. Now, to answer the question, how do we get them to shoot the exact same? So these fellows that only have 4 arrows, say they want to come back and order 8 to make a dozen. How do they know that the 8 that I'm making after, whether it's a year from now or whether it's a couple weeks, how do they know that those are going to shoot just like the 4 they'd already ordered? So that's where we get into the precision and precise, that we don't cut corners here. I go over and I write them down right here. This isn't the only place I write them. I keep them in a notebook because I change this every week. So I have a notebook that I write them down. So if any of these men, or women, it does not matter. These are men for specifics. Anyone that ordered an arrow, specifically, we have Luke that has 4 arrows. So I put Luke down. Every one of his shafts weighed 244. All right, that was before adding anything to it. So now what I know is that if Luke orders another 8 shafts, I'm going to pull it from the 244 wrap rather than the 245s or the 247s or the 235s. So that way I know exactly what his arrows weighed when they left. I got them written in my notebook, so when I erase this for next week or the end of this week and I do some more stock or do some more orders, I'll know what every person throughout this year, 2026, I'll know the exact weight of the arrows that they ordered. Now, it goes even further than that. If we're talking about precision, we're talking about precise work, getting them shoot the exact same. For instance, this is just my little building area. So now we weighed your arrows out, and say you ordered 244s, and we put them in for you, and you want to order, you ordered 4 and you want to order 8 more. So now we've got these 3 components here when it comes to building a shaft. So not only do I weigh out the shaft, so I'm going to sell you the 244s every time you order, regardless of how many times you order this year, knowing that you have the same weighted shaft that you ordered previously, but I don't trust any manufacturer. So these are Boning Blazer Nocks. So what I do, guess what? I weigh every single one of these. More times than not, they always weigh the same. But there are some cases to where one weighs 1 grain more than the other. Well, guess what? Every nock that I put in your arrow, every nock that goes into a shaft weighs the exact same and is also noted along with your name and along with the weight of your shaft. So therefore, any nock, they're all the same. So if you order again, you're going to get the same weighted nock. Also, do the same with inserts. These are just a basic standard insert. I go through, don't, again, trust the manufacturer. I don't trust anyone. I trust my scale that's in front of me. I go through and hand weigh. I have thousands of these. I go through and hand weigh every single one of them, and I put them where, because guess what? Manufacturer don't always get it right. Sometimes they weigh 12 grains. Sometimes they're 14, all right? Sometimes they're 13 and a half. Sometimes they're 11. You don't know. So I go through and I measure I weigh out every single insert, and guess what? That is noted along with what nock, what shaft, and what insert that you got in the 4 arrows, 12 arrows, 20 arrows that you ordered. So therefore, if you order another 12, you're getting the same size insert unless you want something different. I have them all scheduled, or I have them all bagged up in the specific weight in which they are. Go on. You may think I'm crazy. I weigh every single fletching. Why? Because I don't trust a manufacturer. If you look at some different fletchings, you put them side by side, measure them, whatever you want to do. Sometimes they're not even the same length, and they're supposed to be. So what do? I go through, I measure every single one of them. So I guess what? I have a plenty big stock. I got plenty quantity of them. So I measure each one of them out. Guess what? Whatever you've got, it's written in the book along with what shaft you've got, what insert you've got, and what knock you have. I also have what your fletching weighed. So that way, when you order more shafts, you get the same weighted fletching. And that goes also not just with that goes with any fletching, not only with our standard inserts, but also our outserts. You know, I've got full outserts. I measure them as well, or I keep saying measure, but I weigh them as well. And of course, with our half outs as well, I measure each and every one of those, because guess what? Manufacturer, if you could guess, they don't always get it right. Not everything they do is right. They're not as precise as I would like them to be. So therefore, everything that I do is measured out, it's calculated, it's precise, it's ready for you, and it's to adapt to the hunter. All right. No, it's not always good to sell 1, 2, 3 shafts and it mess up your quantity. But guess what? I didn't start this business again to make myself have an easier life. I started this business because I saw some holes in the industry, and I want to do what the hunters want. And not every hunter wants 12 shafts. Not every hunter wants 6 shafts, but every hunter does want the same size, same weighted shafts that they're shooting. So I make sure I do that, taking notes, making sure that every person that orders from me, you get the same shaft as long as you want it, and you're going to get a precise, precision arrow that shoots exactly the same no matter what shaft you shoot through your bow. All right, so that's the goal. I also want to say this. I'm thankful for everyone that's ordered arrows from us. I'm thankful for everyone who's given me a shot. I'm truly grateful for those that I've sent arrows to that have tested out, given me feedback, good and bad. Thankfully, we've gotten nothing but good feedback so far, and we're just continue building. I need the negative feedback if there is any, because I want to grow. I want to learn. I want to continue to be better for you guys. And for myself as well, and for my company, because if my name's on it, I want it to be precise. I want it to be precision. Okay, so I take pride in everything that I do, because I do everything for the glory of God. I know that may sound crazy to some of you, but I don't just serve God in a church building. I don't just serve Him when I feel like it. But everything that I do, I try to do it for the glory of the Lord. I work for the Lord, regardless if it's making arrows, preaching, serving on mission trips, whatever that is. Everything that I do it for the Lord. So I want to be the best that I can possibly be in this business. So I thank you guys for giving us an opportunity. There's a bunch of different companies out there that you can support. I mean, when I first got into shooting bows, I shot nothing but gold tip arrows. And I even shot a lot of Carbon Express. Most of the time I just grabbed whatever I could afford or whatever I needed at that time. Gold tip always proved true to me. I also moved in the last several years. I shot DCA arrows, and I don't have one complaint over none of them. They all shot great. I was very thankful. They're all good people, and you can support any of them. But I'm thankful that you guys have taken the time to support me, supporting this company, starting out in this company, being patient with me as I build up stock, helping me as I grow. So I hope that you trust us moving forward. I hope this video clarifies a lot of the questions that I've been sent. And if you guys need anything else, I'm always here. If there's any way that we can pray for you, please let me know. Comment down below, send me a text, send me a message, whatever it is. But we're here for you guys, and we hope that you can struggle through this season to get to next hunting season, because I know that I'm struggling. I'm anxious. I'm ready to hunt, but I've been focusing on some indoor shoots. We got some cool videos coming out for you. I have a road to a 30X, road to being a 30X shooter coming out. I'm doing some videos on that. Never shot 30X Vegas style targets, but I just started that. I'm on day 7 now. So I'm going to start recording, showing the mistakes that I've made, showing how to be a better archer. So we're on our way to be a 30X shooter, and we'll be excited to bring you guys into that. So like I said, if you need anything, reach out. Thanks for supporting us, and support small businesses, regardless if it's me or someone else. A lot of people make a great product, and I'm sure they would be glad that you shoot their product as well. So thank you all. God bless. Hope you have a good week.